Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we are going to study consumer equilibrium and derivation of the demand curve by using the approach of indifference curve and budget line. In our last class, we have analyzed how consumer will be able to maximize his total satisfaction by using his indifference curve and budget line approach. So when budget line is going to be tangent to the highest attainable indifference curve, that consumption bundle will be maximizing the total utility or total satisfaction of the consumer within the given income and the prices of the two goods. Like we said, this is X, this is Y. Now this is the consumer's budget line. He is having the affordable bundles along this line. So when we see there are there are many indifference curves available to the consumer, but this indifference curve is having the tangency condition with the budget line of the consumer at point E or equilibrium point. So this bundle where we said the 3 units of X and 6 units of Y are going to say that this is the optimum consumption of the consumer where his total utility is maximized within given income and prices of X and Y. Prices of X and Y. At this equilibrium point, what is happening? Slope of budget line at equilibrium, what we said, at equilibrium, slope of budget line, we said change in Y due to change in X is equal to slope of budget line is equal to slope of indifference curve. What is the slope of budget line? Minus price of X over price of Y should equal to minus marginal utility of X over marginal utility of Y. Minus sign is cancelled out. So we say the marginal utility ratio of the two goods consumed by the consumer is equal to the price ratio of the two goods. Or we say each dollar spent on the two goods X and Y will give the consumer equal marginal utility. If we cross multiply it, like change in Y due to change in X should equal to marginal utility of Y over price of Y should equal to marginal utility of X over price of X. So if this condition is fulfilled, we have also came to the same conclusion when we were using the utility approach or cardinal approach by using law of diminishing marginal utility and law of equimarginal utility, but the same results are reached by using indifference curve and budget line approach. Now, this was our recap of our previous lesson. Now I'm moving towards the today's lesson. So now I'm going to find if consumers is facing increase in his income, what happens? Previously, he is going to consume at this bundle where his present indifference curve is making a tangency condition with this bundle X1 and Y1. This is E1. Now his income increases. Income increases. His nominal income increases. His budget line will have a parallel outward shift. In our previous lesson, we said there will be parallel outward shift of the budget line Due to increase in his income, now consumer will be consuming at higher indifference curve. Now his equilibrium has shifted from E1 to E2. Now both the goods X and Y, they are consumed in more quantity, both X and Y, and consumer welfare has also increased because now he is approaching a higher level of indifference curve which was previously unattainable within given income and the prices of the two goods. Now prices haven't changed. What happened? Only the income of the consumer has changed. So when nominal income increases, the budget line of the consumer that will shift rightward, and now he is at the higher level of welfare or higher level of indifference curve. Therefore, he is consuming at higher indifference curve. So if we join these 2 points, like if there are further increase in income, we will have this path. This is called income consumption curve. What it is? In income consumption curve, by joining the equilibrium points, if consumer is increasing the consumption of both the goods, then we say both goods are the normal goods. What are those? They are the normal goods. And normal goods are those in which income elasticity of demand is positive. We studied in our AS level. So these goods in which consumer is facing that his income is increasing and he is buying both the goods in more quantity due to increase in his nominal income. Therefore, both the goods are going to be called normal goods. Now, if I say X and Y, look here, previously consumer is in equilibrium at E1, and this is the consumption bundle. Previously they were consuming X1 and Y1. Now as the consumer income is increasing, his budget line goes outward. So what happens? Instead of going to the right or on the same direction of the consumer preferences, consumer is now ultimately consuming at this new indifference curve point. This is E2. You can find that consumer is increasing the consumption of Y, but he is going to decrease the consumption of X maybe. Okay, in this case, X consumption is not changing. So if X consumption is not changing, then his income elasticity of X will be 0. And if he decreases his consumption of X and increases the consumption of Y due to increase in income of consumer, then Y will be the income elastic product. As his income is increasing, he is buying more of Y. And if he decreases the consumption of X, like if I say, now previously consumer was here at this point E1, now due to increase in his income, he moves to this point E2. So you see, due to increase in income, now X1 consumption has decreased, although Y consumption has increased. So if due to increase in income, consumer is buying less of X, it means X is an inferior good. His income consumption curve will be like this, income consumption curve. So it is now backward bending. It is not a straight line upward sloping. No, it is going to be backward. So we say when a good is inferior good, its income consumption curve will be backward bending, or the consumption of that commodity will be decreasing. You can also say if Y is an inferior good, what happens? Previously consumer was here. Now due to increase in income, what happens? Consumer is moving to this point where X has increased and Y has decreased. Now Y has become inferior. So his income consumption curve will be like this. So when it is having fall in the consumption of one commodity, that commodity will become inferior due to increase in income, and a commodity where consumer is increasing his consumption due to increase in income, so he will be calling that commodity as income elastic or the normal good as well. If increase in income is less, proportionately the increase in the consumption of a commodity, like he is demanding more percentage of a commodity X due to increase in his income by less proportion, then X will become income elastic. And the commodity where he is spending less proportion of his income, that will become inelastic. And if he decreases the demand of a commodity due to increase in his income, then that commodity will be called an inferior good. So inferior good is that which has negative income relationship with the demand of the product. So that commodity will be called an inferior good. Okay. So these are different types of income consumption curves due to changes in income of the consumers. What income level has changed? The nominal. I haven't said anything about the real income to change, because real income will be changing due to the changes in the prices of the two goods. Now I'm going to draw price consumption curve. Price consumption curve. This is PCC. That was ICC. Okay, now price of X is decreasing. We have this budget line. Consumer is now consuming at this point of indifference curve. This is E1. This is X1. Now price of X decreases. Price of X decreases. Budget line will have pivotal shift. It will rotate outward. Now the budget line has rotated outward. So instead of E1, now consumer moves to a higher indifference curve, which is now attainable. So he moves to this point X2. So you can see when price of the good decreases, for a normal good, consumer will increase the demand of that commodity. So price and quantity demanded, price falls, quantity demand of X increases, therefore demand curve is downward sloping. What it is? It is now downward sloping or negatively sloping. Okay, if we join these 2 points, the 2 equilibrium points, this will give us PCC. What it is? PCC, the price consumption curve of a normal good, it is now downward sloping. So we say when price goes down, the consumption of X increases, we say this is a normal good. And if price decreases and consumer also buys less of a commodity, that could be called a given good. I will give you the example and the diagram later on. Today I am talking about how the consumption pattern changes due to changes in income and due to changes in the prices of the two goods, prices of one or two goods. Now I'm going to derive the demand curve out of these diagrams. Now I write over here derivation of demand curve from this consumer analysis of indifference curve and budget line. Now derivation of demand curve. I'm going to do a magic. You can see over here what is happening. This is now quantity of X. This is Y. Consumer is consuming at this point where his budget line is making a tangency condition with the indifference curve at E1. So now in the lower diagram, I am drawing the quantity of X and price of X. When price of X is $2, consumer is buying 3 units of X. So if we find in the lower diagram, these are the 3 units of X at price $2. So this is the point, you can say A. Consumer is staying at this point A in the lower diagram. So when price decreases, budget line will rotate outward. Now consumer has moved to a new indifference curve where he is buying, you can say 7 units of X when price is now $1. So at this new price, consumer is consuming 7 units of X. So if I say this is a new point of B, at price $1, he is buying 7 units. If we join these 2 points A and B, we get the demand curve, which is downward sloping. As price goes down, the quantity increases. So how we are able to derive the demand curve when price of X decreases, price of X decreases in this upper diagram, the budget line will rotate outward. It goes outward. And now instead of consuming at E1, consumer moves on to point E2. So he buys more of quantity X, quantity of commodity X. Now the 7 units are consumed. And you can see as X has become relatively low price than commodity Y, consumer is consuming less of Y and consumer is spending more of his income on buying the commodity X. So can I say when price of X decreases, consumer is able to buy more units of X as he is going to afford more of it. His real income is increasing due to fall in prices. It can be true as well, when price of X increases, his budget line will rotate inward and now consumer will be able to buy less, therefore he is going to consume less of commodity X. So this is how we are able to derive the demand curve from this consumer analysis of ordinal approach or indifference curve and budget line approach. How consumer will be able to consume different bundles which are lying along his indifference curve, which is showing the consumer preferences, whereas the budget line will show the consumer his affordability within income and the prices of the two goods. So when we find this thing, what happens? We reach to a point where his budget line is tangent to the highest attainable indifference curve, and then we studied when his income changes, how his income consumption curve will be changing, or when his prices of the two goods or one of the good is going to change, there will be change in the consumption of that commodity. So we found PCC or price consumption curve, and later on recently we have derived the demand curve from this consumer approach of indifference curve and budget line. That's all. Now if I say consumer is increasing his consumption from 3 units to 7 units of fats. So actually he is substituting Y with X. He is substituting some of the Y units of consumption to the quantity of X. So when consumer is substituting a commodity in which price hasn't changed with that where prices has gone down, this is called a substitution effect. So a decrease in price or change in price will have two effects. One is called substitution effect and another is called income effect. Substitution effect can be demonstrated by movement along the same indifference curve. I will explain you in our next class how substitution and income effects will be working when price of the commodity is going to change. Now, what is income effect? Due to change in the price of the commodity, X suppose or Y, any of the commodity price is going to change. So what is happening? Real income of the consumer will change. In this case, price of X has gone down, therefore real income of consumer or real affordability of consumer has increased. So when real income has increased, he will buy more of a good due to his real income effect. So that is why we say this is called income effect. Okay, so there can be the two types or three types of goods. One is called a normal good. In case of a normal good, we will have both substitution and income effects of the price change. They are both positive, they are moving in same direction. And in case of an inferior good, when price falls, substitution effect says okay, buy more of it. Okay, but income effect says in real terms your income has increased, please buy less of this commodity. That will become inferior good. Another type of good is Giffen good, in which income effect is negative but it is stronger than the substitution effect. So when income effect is negative and it is stronger than the substitution effect, that will be the good which is called Giffen good, and its demand curve will be positively sloped, or like the supply curve, it is upward sloping. As price goes down, people will buy less of it, and when price of this commodity increases, they will buy more of that commodity. So we will be studying substitution and income effects of normal good, inferior good, and Giffen good in our next classes. This is the most important area of the consumer behavior. If you are able to understand income and substitution effects of normal and Giffen goods, your consumer analysis will be completed and you will be able to answer any of the questions from this topic. Okay. So right now I haven't stretched my lesson towards the substitution and income effects, how to show them out of this diagram. Right now I gave you the knowledge about consumer equilibrium and how this equilibrium will be changing due to changes in income of the consumer in nominal terms, and due to the change in the price of one of the commodity, how consumer will be changing his consumption, and at the same time how to derive the demand curve out of this consumer analysis of indifference curve and budget line. That's all for today. We will meet into the next class in order to see how normal goods will be having the demand curve, a downward sloping, what is working behind this demand curve, and why Giffen goods demand curve is upward sloping. We'll be analyzing them one by one in our next classes. Okay, thanks all for today. Inshallah, we will meet again in our next class on Tuesday. Thank you. Allah.